Welcome everyone in the spicy gang, and today you will have fun with IDontWorkHereLady stories today. Congratulations Scott for the comment of the day. I don't work here, but you do. This is a short one, but so bizarre that I felt it necessary to share. So I am at Walmart wearing obvious civilian attire, flip-flops, shorts, and green polo shirt. I am walking down the main aisle of the grocery side toward the back to get a gallon of milk. I hear a woman somewhere behind me and ask, "Where's the potato chip?" I assume they are speaking with an employee, but I don't hear an employee respond. I feel someone getting closer behind me and hear the same voice again say, "Excuse me, are the potato chips down this aisle?" As I slow down to turn around, I am thinking that surely someone could not possibly mistake me for an employee. When I turn around, I am facing a Walmart employee in uniform with the name tag and everything. I asked if she was talking to me and she said, "Yes, are the potato chips down this next aisle?" I was too stunned to ask why she was asking me since she worked there, so I just looked up at the sign for the aisle and informed her that the potato chips were in fact down that aisle. This happened a couple of months ago and I've been puzzling over it ever since. They were either really messing with you or just tripping balls. Maybe they were just, they got the munchies, they were hungry. Or it seems like a newbie trying to learn the layout of the store. I don't work here, nobody does. This is a vending machine. This happened earlier today and I am still trying to figure out why it happened. I think we all been at the point where we had to rock the machine to get our chips. A certain computer lab has one across the street, and if you want snacks, you gotta bring someone with you. It is heavier than a normal machine. The freshmen have to be introduced to the machine in order not to get screwed by accident. Just know that this monster is not part of the school. It is actually in front of a closed down store. Onto the story. I was walking to the lab and saw a whale in high heels screaming at the machine. I looked at the situation and a payday was just barely hanging on the hold hook. I just kicked it lightly and it fell down. She thanked me angrily and said, "Get the manager. This machine should not be here. It should be illegal." I looked at the very dirty store and said, "I don't think the manager is available." "Don't be lazy. This is your job. I'm gonna report you." I did not even argue. I gestured towards the glass door and she huffed and bumped against it. "And the door is broken too. What kind of business is this?" "Ma'am, I think you should read the sign." She looked at the sign and it read, "Closing on May 10th, 1998 due to storm damages. We will not be reopening. If you're interested in buying the property, call this number." I walked across the street to the lab and she yelled out, not angry but legitimately confused, "Why do they refill the machines then?" I shrugged. The other nerds asked themselves the same question. According to the others, she just stared at the machine for 20 minutes before waddling away. The vending machine is probably run by an independent local company with several other machines in different locations. Being in front of a store is an extra safety since they usually have cameras out there. It is a gas station. Of course, they don't have a gallon of tomato juice. Tonight, I went to the gas station down the road from my apartment to buy some beer. I walked into and then out of the beer cooler checking out what they had. And when I walked out, an older lady, we will call her OL, asked me if I worked there. I told her no, but I thought, hey, I can be useful since I am not in a rush and help her find stuff. "No, I don't work here. Anything I can help you find though? I've been here before." "Tomato juice." "Oh yeah, I know they have juice over here. Maybe they have a tomato juice?" I show her where they keep their apple juice and other fruit juice, assuming she was looking for a V8 or something similar. She saw what I was pointing at and looked at me like I just brought her to a vehicle parts store and pointed at tires. "Tomato juice. I need a gallon." "Oh, I don't know about that. Sorry." At this point, I walked away to just buy my beer and get out of there. Her tomato juice is not my problem. As I am checking out with the clerk I know fairly well, she comes up and interrupts. "Tomato juice." "Huh? Oh, maybe over there with the apple juice and stuff?" "Not apple juice. Listen, tomato juice." "Maybe buy the other juices we have. Although I don't think we have tomato juice." The old lady walked over to the juices and muttered a bunch under her breath while the clerk and I held a longer than normal conversation, holding up the old lady for about about 30 seconds because she was being so rude. As I left the store, I heard the old lady tell the clerk that it is ridiculous they don't carry tomato juice. How do people like this function in society? Size 8. So for context, ever since I was about 10, I am still an older teen now, I've been confused for store employees. The most recent and craziest of these experiences happened yesterday. So I was trying on hiking boots at a local camping store. The uniform is brown pants and a bright orange polo. I was wearing a blue graphic t-shirt and gray shorts. After trying on several pairs of boots, I picked up the 4 boxes and went to put them back. As I am walking through the aisles, I hear a woman yell out, "Excuse me." I did not think anything of it and continued without turning around. A moment later, there was a much louder, more annoyed, "Excuse me," and I turned out of curiosity to see what the problem might have been, only to see this middle-aged woman storming down the aisle towards me. She stopped in front of me and asked, "Are you deaf or something?" Being an awkward person in general and trying to remember if I knew this woman from somewhere, I muttered, "Sorry, I did not realize you were talking to me." She glared at me and replied, "Well, who else will I be talking to?" I just kind of shrugged, uncomfortably. She then aggressively waved a hiking boot in my face and asked, "Do you have these in a woman's size 8? Confused as to why she thought I, of all people, will be carrying a woman's 8, I nodded at the boxes in my hand and said, "Sorry, these are just men's 10 through 13. "Excuse me?" Still not smart enough to realize what was happening, I adjusted the boxes in my hands to show her the labels on the side. "Just men's 10 through 13. Sorry." The woman was seething. "Are you trying to be funny?" In an attempt to lower the tension, I responded with, "Well, no, not intentionally. Listen, just do your damn job and find me a pair of these in an 8. I don't know where to look. Sorry." This arrogant woman then proceeded to shove the boxes in front of my chest, almost causing me to drop them. "You are a disgrace. I can't believe they'd hire someone so incompetent. Find me this pair of shoes." Her yelling was creating a scene, and I could see several people looking at us through over the aisles. "I'm sorry, I think you've made a mistake. I don't work here." "Don't lie to me. If that's the case, why the hell are you putting away boxes?" At this point, despite being a shy turtle who likes to avoid conflicts, I started yelling as well. I told her I was putting them away because leaving them for the employees was just rude, to which she responded, "You useless piece of crap. Which one is your manager?" "I don't know. I don't have a manager. I don't work here." Thinking it was done, I moved to walk away, before she tried to grab into my shirt and tried to pull me back. "I swear I'm going to have you fired for this." I ended up shouting, "I don't work here," as 4 boxes of shoes ended up all over the floor. An actual employee, the manager, as I later found out, ran over after noticing the commotion, and clearly assuming I, the youngster, was the cause, glared at me and asked the woman what was going on. She pointed at me, nearly smacking me in the face with the shoe, and yelled, "I demand you have this brat fired." Looking into the pale, borderline terrified face of someone who was clearly not one of his employees, he said, "I'm sorry, miss, he does not actually work here." "Is this some kind of joke to you people?" Realizing what was going on, the manager had the woman escorted out of the store while he drilled me on what happened. In the end, he was actually extremely nice and apologetic about the situation, and asked if there was anything he could do about it. "Really just wanted to get out of there," I responded with a shaky, "No, but thank you," and ended up leaving, only later realizing I had not actually bought any hiking boots I'd gone in for. I hope that lady never got her size 8s either. I've seen a few people saying I should have done something about her assault. I would preface by saying at the time, I was not really in the headspace to register it as assault. I have also looked up the legal definition of assault, and what this woman did does not seem to classify anyway. From what I understand, assault is the causing of or intent to cause harm coupled with the present ability to cause harm. I believe that this woman, whoever crazy, didn't have the intent to harm me by briefly grabbing and pulling on my shirt, nor did she actually have the ability to harm me even if she did. I don't know, maybe it still counts, but from what I understand, it's not really assault. I am not yelling at my ex-coworkers for you. I am a 24-year-old male who, up until 2 months ago, was a shift manager for a major brand fast food restaurant as I was going to school for my PhD in astrophysics. I left because I got this sweet internship in my field that paid more and was only about 10 minutes further away from my dorm. Anyways, my girlfriend loves the food from this restaurant. And one day, I was passing by, so I decided to buy us dinner there. I was in the lab for my internship, and I was in a full lab getup as I was going inside. They were not busy at all, so I ended up BSing with some of my ex-coworkers, who I was still great friends with. Then, this lady walks in holding an entire coupon catalog and uses as much coupons as permitted. I just nonchalantly walked away from the counter, too busy BSing with my friends for them to actually make my food. Anyways, after this lady orders the food to eat in, but after a brief phone call, very nastily starts yelling at them to make it to go. Now, she ordered a lot of food, and everything is made to order. So, from my experience, I knew she was looking at 6 to 8 minute wait regardless of how fast they made her food. Not to mention my food before hers. So my food comes up and I start to leave. But then she exclaims, "This is a load of BS." And she approaches me, H for her, M for me. "How dare you make a customer wait so you can get your food first?" "I'm sorry ma'am, but I am a customer who happened to get here before you." "That's BS. I know you work here. I quit a month ago." She said sarcastically, "Sure, let's see what your manager has to say." You know what? Go ahead and complain to the manager. If I still worked here, I would have more power than she does. Which is barely true. "Oh, okay, if you're so powerful, yell at them to make my food faster." "Listen lady, I don't work here, so I can't help you, and I just so happen to be friends with those people, so why would I yell at them to do something for a stupid person like you?" She just looked dazed and rage at the same time. It was comical really. She tried to file a complaint against me by calling the corporate office, but I find joy in imagining her reaction whenever they said that I did not work there. Never yell at the people who make your food. You're basically just asking for a bad time. I am a Boy Scout, not an employee. I was in need of a new pair of hiking boots, particularly for a trip I am going on with my Boy Scout troop. So I went to Cabela's with my hiking backpack and I was going to bring my backpack in. So I wore my Boy Scout uniform, so it would be easier to explain. For those of you who do not know, the Boy Scout uniform and the Cabela's uniform are very similar in color. They are both a light tan color, so I was looking at the rack of boots for another pair to try on, when all of a sudden I hear, "Excuse me sir." I look around to see who said it, and there's a woman standing there looking straight at me. She then proceeds to ask, "Do you work here?" I respond, "No," and she gives me this look like, "What the hell? Why are you wearing that?" Not all restaurants are the same. Husband and I are out celebrating a milestone in our relationship, 7 years together, which falls near Valentine's Day. We are at a very busy, high-end restaurant with 2 friends. All of us are dressed very nicely, with me in heels. Service is a bit hectic, but I assure our server that all is well with us. I am a server with a sister restaurant owned by the same company, and I totally understand and will tip well regardless. We joke back and forth about server life and all seems well. Cue elderly lady at table next to us. "Where's my salad?" I look around, not believing she was addressing me or my companions. "I'm talking to you. Ignore me again and I will have your job." "I'm sorry. Can I help you with something?" "Go get my salad instead of sitting on you lazy entitled butt." "I don't work here. I am a guest just like you." Argument ensues. Lady insists I work there because she heard me say I am a server. Husband and friends try to explain that while yes, I am a server, I don't actually work at this establishment. The manager is called over. I am cussed out by the old man for ruining his wife's dinner. They are asked to leave. Our meal ended up being free, but between the four of us, we left our poor server about $150 to make up for the rude couple. I take it that the whole meal for these 4 persons would have cost $150, but how could somebody be so disconnected from reality that this situation happens? Even if you did work at that specific restaurant, it's not like you were on call 24/7 as a server. But nothing surprises me anymore in food service. Before you go away or enjoy my playlist of IDontWorkHereLady videos, remember to subscribe to have a chance in winning one of the 8 Amazon gift cards I will give when we reach the 5,000 subscribers marks. Thank you for your support, and hopefully you can help me create better videos with your likes and comments. My name is Spicy, and I'm out.